being the best that I can be, and that evolving over time into this desire and this flame inside to win.
The Philadelphia Eagles have won Super Bowl 59.
Coming off a Super Bowl loss to the Eagles, Patrick Mahomes revealed his mentality heading into the season, telling USA Today, quote, "When you make it that far and then you're at the end, it just hurts, but it's how you respond. I thought we responded well after that last Super Bowl loss, just kind of building back and getting even better and winning a couple more championships." Damian, I want to start with you here. You've got 2 championships yourself. What chance do you give KC to return to the Super Bowl this season?
I would say very good. Very good chance, but with a caveat. I think this will be the toughest journey for Patrick Mahomes since he's been in the National Football League.
Really? Why?
Yes, because the main reason is the division that he's in. The division that he's in, the AFC West, you can make the case is the toughest division in football.
Absolutely.
I mean, the Denver Broncos, and you're going to hear more as we get closer to the season, you're going to hear more and more people talk about the Denver Broncos. The Denver Broncos are here, folks. They are here. Sean Payton and Bo Nix in his second year with arguably the best defense in the National Football League over there, with the improvements that the Denver Broncos have made, they're going to be legit this year. Jim Harbaugh with the Los Angeles Chargers, we know the mentality that Jim Harbaugh wants to play, a tough physical brand of football, smash mouth. Like, they're going to be legit. And oh, by the way, Pete Carroll is now in the AFC West. We know the one thing that Pete Carroll does, he changes cultures and he turns around programs. So again, like, I'm not going to be the guy to bet against Patrick Mahomes. I've done it before and I've looked bad, but this is going to be a tough journey for the Kansas City Chiefs in 2025.
Denver being that team that you think could win the AFC West, I'm with you on that. I think the Chiefs can get back to the Super Bowl. I don't think they get there via winning their division this year, because Denver has the best defense in that division. Another year with Sean Payton and Bo Nix and him knowing the offense, how good that offensive line is, all the things, or some of the things at least, that Kansas City struggled with last year, especially in terms of protection. I think they win the AFC West. I think that the Chiefs still have a great path, even as a wild card team, of getting there. And this is unpopular, but I'm not gonna give Patrick Mahomes all the credit here. How about we talk about what they have on defense with Spags? Like, a great defensive coordinator knows when to time a blitz, and we saw him do that with Josh Allen in the AFC title game last year. They have a top 10 run defense. All of the things that they're going to need to do to stop all of these mobile quarterbacks that they face, the great quarterbacks that they face, whether it's Justin Herbert, Bo Nix, in their own division, that starts with what you're deploying on the defensive side of the ball. I guess if you ask me, like, percentage-wise, like, obviously above 50%. They've won 5 of the last 6 AFC championships, but the road gets harder. The gap is going to close between Patrick Mahomes and the rest of these quarterbacks in the AFC. I still think he's got a far greater lead in leash than most out there, but it's becoming more competitive. We say this every single year, and we're not even just talking about Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow. It's the younger quarterbacks in the AFC that I think are going to give him some problems.
You're not missing it, Courtney. You're just not being as direct as you need to be. So let me help you out here. You can't rule out anything with Patrick Mahomes because he's that phenomenal. He's that great. And Andy Reid is a great coach. And Travis Kelce, even though there was some slippage last year, a lot of us are confident that he'll resurrect himself to some degree. Give him about a 40% chance. Stops there. Here's the reason why I'm going to be more direct than you. When you get your ass kicked, like they got their ass kicked, it's a different animal. Now, that's not verbiage we normally use on First Take, but it is apropos. Go to the highlights, third quarter of the Super Bowl. Tell me when you have ever seen Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce sitting on a bench together like this. Yeah, man. Yeah. Damn. It was that kind of ass kicking. They did not cross midfield until the third quarter. Think about that. Their first 9 possessions was 5 plays or less. They got stalked. And Andy Reid looked ill-equipped to do anything about it. Patrick Mahomes looked ill-equipped to do anything about it. So when you have those ingredients, it's one thing if you unbeatable, D. Woody.
Yeah.
But when somebody shows you a vulnerability, okay, you like, oh, damn, I didn't see that before. When they lost to Tampa Bay years ago, that was strictly about an offensive line that couldn't protect Patrick Mahomes.
You don't think that was the case this time
I'm not
around?
saying that wasn't the case. I'm saying it was one of many things. I mean, everything. They got stopped.
Let Woody get in here.
First of all, before I say anything, I was literally about to say something, and Stephen A's watch just literally.
It's a lot,
like,
right?
It
That's
just
what I told
really,
you.
like, I'm like,
Stephen A,
damn.
I just have a
dog,
question
like,
as a friend. If I ever go
is
through
that-
a tough time, like, could I pawn that thing? If I hit hard times
Is
in
that
the near
why it's so
future.
damn cold in the studio?
Show up, show up
Like,
the watch
I
now.
don't think-
No, show the watch.
I mean, my
You're not,
God.
you're wearing it. Everyone's already seen it.
Oh, I mean, that's why. Okay.
That's all right.
All right.
You got it.
Yeah, why
That's all
not?
right.
Why
It's a
not?
nice watch.
Yeah,
Nice watch.
why not? But listen, I would say this. That was the worst offensive personnel in the Patrick Mahomes era last year with the Kansas City Chiefs. And they went 15-2 and went to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
They're an improved team this year. I think they're going to be much better on the offensive line. I think Rashee Rice coming back. We don't know if he's going to be suspended, but when he's out there to go along with Hollywood Brown,
Can
who
I
was
ask you
injured.
one question? And the
Yeah,
producers
sure.
are going to kill me right now, but
Yeah.
I just have to ask as a football fan because I'm thinking about it, you being on the Patriots. Do you feel like this Kansas City Chiefs team under Patrick Mahomes is actually a better dynasty than Tom Brady with the New England Patriots?
Well,
I'm talking the teams as a whole. Like when you look at coach, team, defense, everything.
You can make the case that they, over their dynasty, they were more talented. You can make that case. But think about this. The New England Patriots had two dynasties wrapped in one.
2 eras, yeah.
2 eras
Yeah.
wrapped in one. Okay? Like, that is the ultimate dynasty. But what the Kansas City Chiefs are doing is like they're on a track for it to be unprecedented. There's no question about it.
To your point, though, about the offensive line, what did they do in the draft? They drafted Josh Simmons, so they have a better left tackle. They moved Kingsley Sumaia to left guard. For as inevitable as Patrick Mahomes has felt throughout his career, and deservedly so that he gets that title, the amount of pressure he took coming up the middle, the deficiencies. How many times was he sacked in the Super Bowl? Does it even matter? Like 9, 8 times? They fixed that part. I don't even think it's the weapons.
I'm not denying that. What I'm saying to you is that they also had a psychological advantage, and that's what I'm speaking about. Because he's so great, it's almost like going back to the AFC Championship game where you're like, is this man gonna get the ball?
And you're saying
Is it
the psychological advantage is gone?
To see, I believe it is. I believe that's what happened. I understand they fixed their issues, and I get that part. I'm just saying when you see a beatdown of that proportion take place on the biggest stage, there's a vulnerability that comes with that. When somebody
I could argue, though, you could flip that.
Yeah,
You
motivation.
could flip that because it's finally like they've got a
Well, that's what
boulder
he's
on their
saying.
shoulder.
I'm saying
Yeah.
that's what he's saying. But I'm coupling that with what you like. For example, you can make that argument, Courtney, like you just did. But you're forgetting that you prefaced it by saying you think Denver's going to win the division. So in other words, there's some vulnerability there. We didn't say that last year. There is no time in the Patrick Mahomes era when we sat up here and entertained the thought of him losing the division.
I would say
that never happened.
I would say, like I totally agree. Like I said before, I think the